Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Devin Crest, Community Development Specialist for Childcare Resource and Referral of Southeast Iowa. And with me today is Audrey Aiden, Childcare Consultant for Scott County. Audrey, tell us about yourself, your background, and when you got started with CCR&R.
So I am the childcare consultant, like you said, for Scott County. So my background, I have been a preschool teacher for 4 years, and I transitioned to be a early childhood support specialist with a school, and then I came here to serve the Scott County. And so far, I've been here for 7 months already. It's kind of crazy to believe all that, but that's kind of what my role is so far. So I'm still kind of learning on the job, but it's been a rewarding process.
That's awesome. What made you want to come to CCR&R?
I think I just wanted to help providers and also centers to become more prepared and more successful, because coming from a background for being a preschool teacher, I wanted to have someone who could help me, but also, help me be successful, but help my center be successful. So I just want to be that advocacy for both providers and center directors.
Well, that's awesome. We're so excited to have you with us. And so today we also want to dive into what is CCR&R services. So we're going to dive into those ins and outs of childcare services, from parent to provider services and much, much more. So let's start the chatter.
Devin, can you tell us what CCR&R is and what do we do?
I would love to. So Iowa Childcare Resource and Referral, or CCR&R, is a nonprofit dedicated to supporting quality childcare and early education. We provide resources, education, and advocacy to support quality for our youngest citizens. Our main focuses are on helping families find quality childcare, increasing the supply and quality of childcare available, supporting childcare providers, and to help communities identify and meet their childcare needs. So let's dive into consultant services. Audrey, tell us about consultant services, what you do, and how you advocate for those.
Yeah, so as childcare consultants, we provide on-site and virtual consultations. So if for whatever reason you're just really struggling, or if you just have so many questions that you just need answers to, you can always reach us by email, text, or phone call, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have, or give you that support that you're needing.
That's awesome. So you mentioned advocacy earlier. You like to advocate for things. What's your favorite topic area or consultant services area that you like to advocate the most on?
Oh, I love curriculum. I'm gung-ho on curriculum and writing lesson plans and providing that developmentally appropriate practice that are appropriate for all age groups. That's my love and that's my practice. But I also am getting used to rules and regulations, and I think that's the biggest advocacy piece that childcare providers and center directors need to provide that safety piece for their staff and for their children.
Oh, for sure. Rules and regulations are the most important so that those providers can keep those licenses, right?
Absolutely.
So in addition, what other consultant services can you provide or that you do consultation on?
Yeah, so there's many topics that we can also help cover. So we can do business support and resources, ChildNet certification for just childcare providers, developmentally appropriate practice, like I said, environmental rating scales, files and forms, program policies, guidance and behavior, health and safety, IQ4K, health and human safety regulations. What else? Professional development and room arrangement.
That's awesome. That's a lot that you guys cover.
Yeah.
So really, we're just scratching the surface of what all a consultant could do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So to learn more, how could they find more about consultant services or what you guys do?
So they can reach out to our website at Iowa CCR&R. They can find us through there, or they can, I always like to provide my information when I meet with new providers or just out on the site, so they can always reach out to me.
Awesome. So there's consultants spread out through the whole region, right? So everybody's assigned to a consultant. Everybody should know their consultant. It's important to get a friendship and a good relationship with that consultant, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So some of the things that I hear providers asking for is marketing, like how to market their business. Do you have any tips or suggestions on how you could help somebody market?
Well, a lot of providers have asked me about Indeed. So mostly just center directors have asked about, what they can do for staffing, for example. So then I always tell them, reach out through Indeed. They can do that for there, or they can, create their own website, especially to provide that service that they want to provide for their community. But also just kind of going out reaching out to maybe friends or spread, sometimes it's a lot of word of mouth kind of situations,
Yes.
especially if they have a friend or a family of a friend, they can provide, that communication piece throughout that community as well to
Awesome.
give them more, put out their services and their business out there as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We love talking about consultant services, and we'll have to dive in more sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
So in addition to consultant services, we also offer trainings in a variety of training topics for childcare providers to not only meet licensing requirements, but to also improve the quality of care. With many options in-person and virtual trainings, we encourage you to find the joy in what you do through the vast variety of trainings offered. Audrey, where can providers find training information?
So when we're looking into finding trainings, they can look through their iPower account, or we send out a monthly training calendar as well, so they can look for that as in their emails, or they can look in their iPower account.
And do you know who sends out that training calendar?
So consultants do. So we make sure that when we get the training updated calendar, then we set it to our caseload.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome. And that training calendar is about a 3-month calendar, right? You can see about 3 months out.
Exactly. So in case you were missing a day and you're just like, oh, shoot, I was hoping to take that training, just look out for more, because we have ones that are in a couple months.
That's awesome. So we always talk about the word quality in childcare. Can you tell us how does CCR&R identify quality?
So we basically go through what is considered an accredited program. So,
Okay.
When it talks about quality, we talk a lot about IQ4K, which is another quality program that they do. Or if you're a childcare provider, then you can do ChildNet, get certified for that. So that would be more quality for your program, and make sure that when families are looking for childcare, that it makes you a qualified provider.
So can you tell me a little more about what is ChildNet 3.0?
So ChildNet 3.0 is basically a 25-hour training program that providers can take that provides foundational skills needed to operate as a successful childcare business. This series is for child development home providers, and this series this strategizes will be shared on how to optimize your time, space, and resources as you are owning your business.
That sounds awesome. So you said 25 hours. How do you get a certificate?
So towards the end of the day, or towards the end of the training, that's when you would go through the checklist. You have to get that validation. So if you want to be certified, then
Okay.
you'd have to go through that as well. So you would meet with a consultant, and then you would meet with a validator and go through the checklist based off your training. Make sure you check off each one, and then that's when you complete that checklist. That's when you get the certificate.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great accreditation program for those home providers to be taking.
Absolutely.
You mentioned IQ4K. Can you tell us what does that stand for, first off?
So IQ4K is I Quality for Kids. It's a voluntary quality rating scale, and it improves for licensed preschool centers and for child development homes. So using this as a quality improvement, it allows for programs to assess their current grade across all areas of programming, and to have a structured plan to increase their overall program.
Okay. So is it do you apply in some way? Is it an application process?
Yes, it is an application process.
Okay.
So depending on where you want to fall into, so we start from level 1 to level 5. There are certain requirements. So basically, some people start off at level 1 just to get a nice breeze in, and there's just a lot of information, things you have to do. But level 1 is a good, dip in your toes kind of thing. So then you kind of see what requirements you have to do. But then if you want to step up a level, you can. Or if you're just like, I'm not ready to go up a level yet, you can recertify for that same level as well.
Awesome. And are there any benefits to IQ4K? Why would somebody want to be?
Yes, so you get a bonus check for that.
Oh, well, shoot. We all like money, don't we?
We all love it.
And so they have a mascot, right?
They do. I don't know the kangaroo's name. What's her name again?
That is Kaya. So Kaya the kangaroo. So you guys might see her on a lot of the marketing stuff. She's a purple kangaroo hopping around on all those. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to talk about for training or encourage providers to take for trainings?
Obviously once you start out, you always have to take your essentials, but I always encourage to look more into developmentally appropriate practice trainings. I think as well as for those who are just starting out, it's nice to kind of get into the field a little bit more about what to incorporate into your business, and then also get familiar with rules and regulations, because that is important when it comes to compliance visits.
Awesome.
So now let's dive into services we offer families. We offer free childcare care referrals for anyone looking for childcare. So Devin, how does someone obtain a referral?
Yes, I love that question. So you can obtain a referral in 2 different ways. So you can call and talk to one of our parent services specialists, or you can use our new childcare search tool and search online.
Oh, cool. So tell me more about the childcare search tool.
Oh, I'd love to. So Childcare Search Tool is a tool that helps you find childcare along a route. So you could put in, let's say your home address and your work address, and then you can choose some filters. So they have the options to filter by the age of children, number of children, the hours you're looking for care, even the type of childcare provider you're looking for. So if you want a home versus a center, and then if the childcare provider accepts childcare assistance or not. And there are some additional filtering features as well, but then you just hit search, and then it's going to show you providers with openings along that route. So you can also select like a radius. So if you only want to drive 5 miles off that route, 10 miles, it will give you those openings along a specific route, which is really cool.
Yeah, I know. And when you say that, it promotes, the childcare business, but it's so helpful and benefit for families who are searching for childcare.
Yeah, love it.
And how does one find this online search tool?
Of course. So you can go to our website at iowaccrr.org and click on the Families tab. When you get to the Families tab, it has a whole bunch of information on there, but there's the link or QR code that you can scan if you would prefer to use your cell phone. In addition, you can go to your search, like a Google search, and you can type in Iowa Child Care Connect, and that's going to bring you to the Child Care Connect dashboard system that also is going to have the childcare search tool on there.
Oh, that's so helpful. And if someone is needing additional assistance, what would you suggest for that?
So if you're needing additional assistance, I would highly suggest actually calling our parent services team. So calling into that parent referral hotline and speaking directly to a parent services team member. So they're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And they can help you, same kind of questions that the online search tool is going to ask. Like they're going to ask you how many children, hours you're looking for, type of care, any specific needs. So if you have a child that does have maybe some special needs, or you have dietary restrictions for your children or anything like that, they can filter and get a referral list for you that way as well. Some benefits of calling into the parent services team in addition would be that they can help you educate on what quality childcare looks like and how to advocate for your children. In addition, they can also help connect you to additional supports for your family. So if you're needing, maybe it's childcare assistance, you qualify and you need help getting to that, they can help direct you to those other services.
Oh, cool. And how can someone find their phone number?
Yeah, so that phone number again would be on our website. So at the iowaccrr.org, click on that Families tab and you'll find the hotline there. In addition, we have tons of marketing materials with this hotline on it. So if you are with an organization that would love to hand out some of this marketing material and help promote that hotline number, we can definitely get you a marketing toolkit. We have what's called parent tear-offs, where it talks about our services. It has their email address and that hotline number. So send us a message, email us, and we'd be happy to get you that marketing toolkit.
Awesome. Thank you. So last but not least, we're going to talk about community services. So let's talk about how CCR&R can assist them. Devin, can you tell us about what we can do for communities?
I would love to. So we can be a valuable tool for communities and economic development teams, as well as businesses. So we can help bridge that gap between providers, employers, community groups, and work towards quality for our youngest citizens. Our ultimate goal at CCR&R is to help every community expand access to affordable quality childcare.
Great. And you mentioned about being valuable to communities. So what resources are we providing to be of that value?
Of course. So we can help communities by providing presentations on quality childcare, assisting families in finding that childcare, subsidizing the cost of childcare, and helping to guide communities in investing in childcare services. We can also provide statistical data regarding childcare for all 99 counties in the state of Iowa. We collect data and provide this data on childcare deserts, rates, slots, IQ4K participation, and much, much more. So using this information, it can help communities or policymakers make informed choices regarding childcare.
Great.
We are super grateful for your curiosity into childcare resource and referral services. For a deeper dive into services we offer or anything we talked about today, visit our website at iowaccrr.org and follow us on social media at iowaccrr.